Well, hello everybody. Welcome. Hey, we got Christopher Guyre joining us
What's
again
up?
tonight.
The one and only
Thank you, Mr.
POV.
Guyre. We've got the pumpkin Matthew Shun in the room as usual. Kevin over there under his lighthouse. Hello, Kevin. Nice to see you. This week we are going to answer a question that someone put in the comments on YouTube
Hmm.
on one of our previous shows. And I think it'll be fun to just go around the room and all of us poke at it and start
Let's
answering,
do it.
what we think.
Okay.
And the question is, and we'll start with you, Christopher Geyer, seeing as though you're our guest in here tonight.
I
What?
don't feel like a guest anymore. I feel like part of the family now.
Well, you really are part of the family.
Oh
You
yeah.
are.
I've enjoyed coming in
Yeah.
here. So,
In fact, I looked up the family tree and you're the sap. So just so you know. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh,
I love you,
fire away,
buddy.
my
Yeah.
friend. I love you too, my
All
friend.
right, I love it. All right, here we go. The question was, let me get my what makes you a great karaoke DJ? And there are a lot of answers to this. And
Sure.
I'm curious what actually, it wasn't you, it was what makes a good karaoke DJ. Now,
Uniqueness.
go ahead, you're first.
Uniqueness. Do something outside the box. Something I used to do at my karaoke shows. If it wasn't getting lively enough, and the party wasn't alive, I'd make them get in the middle and get in the circle. I'd make everybody get in the circle. And make them do the hokey pokey like we used to in gym class. And it's kind of funny. You can make fun of that, but by the end of the hokey pokey, everybody's always laughing. And something as simple as a hokey pokey at a karaoke gig will just absolutely triple the liveliness of it because you're laughing and you're cutting up with each other. It's something different, and it brings back so many memories for everybody too. Hokey pokey.
Speaking of the hokey pokey, the guy that invented that just died like a week ago.
Really?
Wow.
And they had a hard time putting him in the casket because they would put his right foot in. Forget it. And
I
anything
walked
for a
right into
cheap
that.
joke.
I walked
Anything
right
for
Ah,
a
into
cheap
that.
joke.
Good
Yeah.
one there, Eric. High five, buddy. Bam. Boom.
All right. Yeah, bam. Okay. Kevin, what do you got?
well, I think
And
what makes
these answers are for Bill Davis, by the way. He's the one that posted that question. So,
well,
Bill?
I thought maybe just having a venue and having guests and having a joy of music is things to make a good KJ.
Yeah, you named three different things there in one answer, in one sentence.
No,
Great.
I'm just kidding. Well, you didn't get the pun. It was based on your question the other week where you didn't like my answers.
Yeah, we love you, Kevin, but he's like Jerry Springer in here.
Mm-hmm.
Who can I'm gonna start some shit today. All right, he's
I like to, I guess, what makes a good host. Having a good time interacting with the people. If I get someone that I know is new up, I'll talk to them before I don't just like, okay, next,
I agree.
yeah.
next. I talk to them. I give them encouragement, especially if it's their first time. I let the audience know, hey, everybody gets it. This is their first time. So what are we going to do? We're going to give them lots of love and applaud at the end,
Amen.
right? And
Mhm.
everybody goes, woohoo, you know.
Yep.
So I'm a
Okay,
very encouraging person. I'll have fun
save it
with
because
it.
we're gonna go around a few times. So save some of those.
Oh,
Don't
okay. Well, I
blurt
just
them
thought
all
that
out
was.
at once, tough
Yeah.
guy.
Hey.
Hey,
Oh,
we're gonna go
uh,
around a few times.
I'll
So
just
Matt,
I'll
give
just
us one.
pass on the next round.
Less is
No,
more.
don't pass. No passing. Go ahead, Matt.
Less is more, right?
I've heard
Less is
that.
more.
Yeah. I would have to say, I kind of pride myself on having good sound.
Mm.
What? Good what?
Good
Sound.
quality sound.
Oh, good sound. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Oh,
that's
will
good.
you?
That's
You could
good.
start in here because it sounded like you said good tone.
Yeah, you need to improve your enunciation.
Good
You're
sound.
Uh,
okay. That's good. Yeah.
when Kevin was talking about interacting with the fans, getting out there and really putting yourself out there, and I think that was a big one too.
It's
Following that one up,
huge. Yeah.
following that one up just a little. I always would stand out a little because obviously being little, but also I wanted to be the guy that would be riding and honoring, go up and for example, we had a gentleman that would sing on my show. He would sing the old David Allan Coe, "You Never Call Me by My Name," and because he and I had a great joking relationship, I wanted people to walk away and remember me. So like when he would sing that song, "Well, it was all that I could do to keep from crying," I'd say, "Oh, so you've heard yourself sing too. Sometimes it seems so
Oh,
useless to remain. Well, I have a gun. You need it? Yeah. You don't have to call me darling. Darling." I'd be like, there ain't enough booze in the building. You never even call me by my name. I got a few names I'd like to call you. And the whole time we would do that during the song. And it was funny because after I'd done that about the third time, again, use those tools to liven up a crowd. So I would tell him, don't make that one of your songs until I need it. So he would sing all the other songs he loved. The crowd starts getting dead, or we need something to pop. Hey, John, come on up there. You're next, and then I'd put that song in there. And we'd get that going. And about time he'd say, "You never even call me by my name." And I'd say, "Oh, I got a few names I'd like to call you." On purpose, he'd turn around, he'd act like he'd had it with me. "Shut the hell up, midget." And the crowd would just erupt in laughter, you know. And so just things like
See,
that,
he could use that word. We can't. Just so you know,
Oh,
he could use
well,
that
you guys
word.
can use it too. We're homies. I don't care. It never has bothered
Yeah.
me.
My, one of my answers is going to be patience. First and foremost, patience, and that's needed more so other nights than some nights. It depends, it's patience goes a long way when you're hosting a karaoke show.
I
And you may not, you guys, I think, all get where I'm coming from when I
Oh,
say
absolutely,
this.
absolutely.
yeah, I know patience for KJs is important. Also, I've heard it also is very important for doctors.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Surgeons too, especially.
Yes, yes.
I see what he did there, yeah. And if you keep it up, you're gonna need one. Uh,
Eric, Eric,
Kevin,
I'm a little grumpy.
Whew.
Okay, Kevin, it's your. No, I'm not grumpy. I love you. It's your turn, my friend. Give us something
My
else
turn.
then.
I'm going to give what makes a good KJ, and this is
Mhm.
probably going to be a little bit for the venue itself is a micmanship selling the business. If they're running
Ooh,
specials, if they got some events coming up, making sure you take the time to mention those for the venue.
good one, Kev.
So I think that's a pretty important thing that they appreciate that.
I was not expecting that from
That was
you,
a real
honestly.
good. That was
That
a real
that
good one.
really that's powerful.
Yeah, that's a real good one.
That's huge. Matt, what do you got?
I would have to say efficiency. The ability to just keep the rotation just flowing, so people don't have to wait so long.
Great.
Yeah.
Back to
Um,
you, Christopher.
the love of the game. What I mean by the love of the game is, if you got a gig that starts at 7, you're set up by 6:30. Don't be the asshole that waits till 7 o'clock. You got singers sitting there, and the bar is cool with it. Let them sing. If you're due to shut down at 9, and the bar comes up and asks you, "Hey man, we're popping," the bars, the whole reason they hired you was to make them money. And so if you're playing till 10, 11, whatever, and the crowd's still popping, don't be a jerk. Don't shut the party down just because that's what you're being paid to do. Have the love of the game. Appreciate the fact that you have people out here and they're staying. So you've hosted up till now in a way that they've stayed, and keep them there. Keep that bar making money. Yeah, it's gonna be a late
Yeah.
night. It's gonna be a long morning, so to say. But in the end, the bar is gonna appreciate you, just like what Kevin said the other way about giving out special. You give them that extra hour, 2 hours, sometimes even longer. But they made a ton of money. Guess who's gonna keep getting booked? You are.
Just to add on to what you had just said, I was booked one night from 8 to midnight,
Mhm.
and there were other events going on in the town where they were all at.
Yeah.
They all started showing up around midnight, because they were making their rounds.
Or the other
So I had
businesses
said,
were shutting down and they were, hey,
yeah,
it's still open. We're going to go there.
So now I'm scheduled to shut down at midnight. They come in, and I said to the bartender, who was actually in charge that night, I'll stay to 1:30 if you want. You'll do that? I said, that's what I'm here for, is to make you
That's right.
money, you know?
That's right. That's right. And we
And
forget that sometimes.
so that's what we did that night. I ended up staying, and
They
it was
give
a
you
lot
extra
of
pay
fun.
for that?
Well, I assume he
They
did.
they well, they offered it, but because it was so dead from 8 to midnight, I refused it. I
Nice.
just, because they had to pay me still, no matter
Right.
what. And I
Right.
felt guilty leaving at midnight because it was so slow.
Mm-hmm.
So this was my way of making it up to them
Yeah.
by staying, for that extra 90
Ah,
minutes,
I did a gig one time for a motorcycle party, and we were scheduled to be there, me and my son, till 1 a.m. And my son was just barely 18, so you know, couldn't get the normal 8 job because he also was a little person. So at 1 a.m., we're getting ready to shut it down. The gentleman's running the party comes over and says, "Hey man, if we take a hat around, you stay another hour?" I was like, "Bro, I am so tired." My son says, "Hey Dad, give me this opportunity." All right. So I said, "Son, I can't keep my eyes up though. I'm gonna go fall asleep in the truck." He was like, "Dad, I got this." 4:30, he comes. I hear the truck door open. He loaded all the equipment by himself, him the gang. 4:30, he's getting in the truck. He said, "I'm not even kidding you." He took that hat around. He goes, for the next couple hours, he goes, "I made $1,800." I'm like,
More power
"Wow."
to you.
Yeah, no kid, right? It
4:30
was
in
just
the morning?
insane.
He's
Yeah,
loading up
every
the.
hour they were taking the hat around. This was a rich party. It was a private party. It was for a motorcycle company, and man, they were taking his hat around every hour to keep him, because he was up there doing exactly all the things we're talking about to make himself a phenomenal little DJ host,
Mhm.
well, KJ host, and so the party lasted till 4:30 a.m. And
Ooh.
finally they were just like, well, actually, I think it would have lasted even longer than that. But then my son had given up. He was just like, "Hey, uh,
Tired.
I'm tired. I can't go any further."
I
Packed it
got
up
this
and
month's rent. I'm out of here. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I thought, one of those things, like he even drove home. He took the driver's seat and everything. And one of those things, man, I thought I imagined him saying that. So, like the next morning, we get up at noon, whatever. And I'm sitting there drinking coffee, and I looked over at him and I was like, "Surely I didn't hear you right." And he goes, "What?" And I was like, "How much did you make last night after I went to the truck?" He goes, 1,800. And I'm like, $1,800? And yeah, I'm not kidding. He showed me the whole wad. I'm like, damn. My little
Nice.
$300 booking didn't mean nothing.
Okay, I'm looking for another brilliant one from Kevin.
My turn.
Yes. Unless we
Uh,
skip Matt. I don't know.
uh,
Everything just started
Oh, go
going
ahead.
haywire. But
okay. I will say, sort of in the vein of what Matt was talking about, efficiency. Mine is using technology to free yourself up to keep track of their singing abilities and adjust on the mixer. So mixer adjustments with the use of a technology that frees you up to be able to dedicate more time to doing that. If you want me to expand upon it, I can say the app for the song requests, where I don't have to look at someone's paper and I just know that the song.
and try to read it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that too. So it just technology helps free you up to spend more time with your mixer, because each person sings differently. Some people put the microphone like an ice cream cone, like it should be up close to their mouth, and other ones keep it down around their belly button. And
Yeah, but Kevin, can't you even use that technology to preset the mixers even and a lot of that? Like, in other words,
uh,
Jack's a constant singer. You can get to where you have a list of all Jack's songs, and each of his songs within a push of a button, it just adjusts the mixer to right to how Jack likes it.
maybe if
It'll adjust the keys, but not your actual mixer with the
Yeah, you got
EQ,
that.
I don't
Yeah,
think.
there's a technology out there like
there's
that
probably
now.
it's probably
Yeah.
a digital mixer where you could
Yeah.
actually
Right.
have that kind of. And I don't I haven't sprung for anything like that.
Yeah, I
We
don't have
we
one
don't
either, but I
we
have
don't
seen.
have your kind of money, Chris. So
Hey,
I
Yeah.
hey,
mean,
hey, brother! I don't even have that
That's sort of like
technology
when
yet.
you
I've
crawl
just
into a
seen it.
car and it knows who's sitting in the seat. You know, it's got 1, 2, 3, and then adjusts for your position and
Yeah.
everything. So that's beyond my scope of uh, technology. I don't have that level. I do have certain ones that I know what they're gonna, especially if they're regulars. You know what I'm going to expect. So I can sort of fine tune them on the almost from the get go before they start singing. But
Right, right.
right.
when you get the new ones up there, it's sort of like, hey, first timer, all right, all right. Well, let's see how you go and what do I need to move.
That's it. Constantly changing them and getting them to sound the best you
Yeah.
absolutely can.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what it's about.
Yeah, because some of them
And
might be weak, and then your backing the music is too loud, so you either got to bring them up or a combination of up and the backing back down. There's all sorts of different ways to tweak things. I'm not a just leave it and forget it because
Mhm.
no one's the same.
that's a shame you brought that up because there are a lot of KJs who set it and forget it. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to get the same setting all night and good luck to you, you
Yeah.
know? And I'm not that guy. I don't think any of us in here are that guy.
No.
Matt, what do you got?
Well, just a little side note. You guys use virtual DJ, so does that save everybody's history?
Yes. Well, yeah. Yes.
Okay,
It
cool.
is.
Yeah. I mean that adds to the efficiency factor,
Uh,
because when somebody comes up and says, I want to do, you know, my version of After 11 or whatever, it's DK and it's down two or whatever, it's all saved in that
yes.
in their history file. So
Uh,
I could just open up their history, click on the one they want, boom, it's in there.
and it
You know, I,
automatically even sets the mixer too, correct?
no,
Okay, now
it,
see,
it
on Virtual
what it does
DJ
is it'll
Pro,
change, it'll set the key.
on Virtual DJ Pro, one of the people that I have met, I believe is a guy named Brian Oden, but one of the DJs I met had Virtual DJ Pro, and in it had the digital mixer. So if Connie Cox is just using the name off, comes up and she sings, whatever, uh,
Black
she
Velvet.
sings it Black Velvet, and now the mixer is different from an actual manual physical mixer for her. On the mixer, when you do it the first time, you click save on the computer mixer, it will completely save it that way. So now when Connie Cox comes back, I bet I love that thing. I didn't have the pro version where I had that technology, but I did have it where I could save their songs and what version they like the best. So now when Connie Cox come back, instead of filling out all the little slips, she just come over to me. Hey, I'm gonna sing this and she would take my mouth, put it over in my play file, and it would automatically set the playlist where everybody was evenly distributed.
Mhm.
Hmm,
Very
interesting.
Hey,
nice.
I had another one, Eric. Making a good singer I'm at making a bad singer still feel like he had a good time doing it. We talked about that on one of your other shows. I don't like it when a bad singer gets up there, but he's doing it for the sport of doing it. That's the whole fun in karaoke. And somebody
Hmm.
makes them feel bad. I think as a KJ host, when you get a singer that's less than fun to listen to, so what? He's up there and he had a good time doing it. Make him feel like $1,000,000.
Look, if you
Yeah.
got the gall to get up there, then you know what? All the power to you,
Amen.
and I encourage it.
Amen.
Yeah.
I have an applause sign that I hold up, and I don't care how bad or good you are, I hold it up. And
Yes,
then
amen.
once they hear that applause come in, like I'll be behind the guy and holding the sign up. That makes them feel good,
It sure
and
does.
Mhm.
it keeps them coming back. These are
Yeah.
little things that we do. But does that make me a good KJ?
It
No.
sure does. Actually, yes,
No,
it does. I
no,
think.
it don't. It don't. See, and all this technology stuff that we're talking about, that don't make you a good KJ either. I think it's you, your personality, how you treat your customer, or not
Yeah.
customers, but your
Right.
patrons or whatever, right?
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your singers. That's what makes you a great KJ. not technology. You can have the worst sound ever, actually,
It'd still be a
and
great KJ.
they're still going to have a good time no matter what, because
Yeah.
they're there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're
And you're a
talking
good
about
KJ.
this and that, but you're still a good KJ.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really, I think, I'm
I had a
hoping we're
guy
answering Bill's question, but
this past Saturday. I had a guy that got up there and did tequila. You know, Pee Wee Herman song.
how did he ever remember the
You
words?
know, and it's like, but if you're goofy enough, just like this guy was,
Did he do the
and
dance?
if you can, you know, if that's another thing is like being able to
Yeah, but what am I?
if you can realize and see that somebody's going to be like really quirky when they get up there or whatever, and they got like a really good sense of humor or something like that, and you can play off of that. I mean, that guy ended up being like the biggest hit of the night, and he had to sing Tequila what, like 3 or 4 times in the song.
Three
Did he
times
did he did
total.
he come
I think
back
Yeah.
it's
up and
only
sing it
three.
later
Yeah.
for an encore? No,
No,
he didn't.
but I mean, just saying, you know, that was entertaining. It was entertaining for the crowd because he was quirky and I was quirky along with him, and we're just making everybody freaking laugh, and it's like it's hilarious because I mean, it's the easiest song in the.
Honestly, I think everybody in the audience wants to hear dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
They know what's coming. They
of
know.
course.
Did
Okay,
they
this
all
is,
sing too?
and
They
they
all yell
love
it
it.
out
They
too.
love it.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes,
The whole
yeah,
farce is tequila.
Right.
yeah.
Well, I like the Neil Diamond song.
Caroline.
Sweet
Sweet Caroline.
Caroline.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Ba, ba, ba. I mean,
Mhm.
everybody follows along. And what's the other song? I'm at so good, so good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just something that they
Whenever
love it.
somebody does that song at my show, of course I'm gonna get them to go the bomb bomb ba, and they do it and they'll go louder and louder.
Mhm.
But when he's singing "Good Times Never Felt So," now I'm singing "So" with the singer
Right.
saying "So what? So good,
So good. All
so
right,
good,"
all right, all right.
and
Yep. Yep.
I do it every damn time somebody sings that song.
Yep.
So what? And of course they just go along.
Right
Yep.
They're
on.
already gonna say it anyway, but I'm just kind of giving one of my nudge, like, let's go. And does that make me a great KJ? No,
That adds to it, though. It adds
no.
to it.
I think it adds
It's
to it.
It's part of the
uh,
uniqueness that Chris said it earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes you
Yeah.
unique.
I had a gal last Tuesday that got up and did "Stand by Your Man" by
Oh,
Tammy
what a
Wynette,
good song. What a good song.
and the first line of the song is, "Sometimes it's hard to be a woman," you know, and just like out of the blue, like just the instant reaction, you know. I had the mic right in front of me. I'm like, "Yeah, you're not kidding." Your place went freaking nuts.
Right. And those little one liners, though, they're always great
Yeah.
to get the
You should
crowd
have went
popped.
up and stood beside her. Stand by your man, and then like, I'm right here, honey.
there
Yeah,
was one
well,
night. There was one night this lady was singing "Wind Beneath My Wings," Bette Midler, right? And
yeah.
she sang it really good, and she got the whole venue. Everybody's just watching her. So I went up and stood next to her. I'm doing this. And they actually gave me a round of applause when I walked away because it just kind of added to what she was doing.
Mhm.
And then another one, I don't know if you guys know the song, but it's "This Guy's in Love with You"
Oh
by,
Herb
yeah.
Alpert.
Da da
yes.
da
Oh, you're
da
good. Who said that?
da
Kevin?
da da
Have it.
Yeah.
da da da.
Yeah.
I'm a
So
Herb Alpert fan,
it starts off,
and
this
I'll play a
guy
slower cocktail and
Yeah,
dinner
in
if I
yeah,
can get
yeah,
away with it.
love with you.
yeah.
And I get on the mic and go, he wants me. That's it. Everybody started cracking up, including him that was singing. But
That's where
little
you do
things
you
that
you
just,
go into everybody wants me or whatever that song.
yes, yeah,
Like and then back.
Mm. I mean, like Chris said, we're all unique. And
Yeah.
that's what our job is, I think, as a KJ. Because if we all did the same thing, let's bring up John, give it up for John.
Yep.
Let's get Bill. Bill, let's give it up for Bill.
Yep.
It's boring. It's
Yeah, you can have
boring.
that.
It's
You know?
boring.
Yeah.
Basically, the
Uh,
more outside the box you can be,
Eric, I was going to say that there was a
is the more unique your show is going to be. Now, there's certain people, and Matt was mentioning this, that you can have more fun with. Some of the people there are strictly there that they want seriousness. This is and you got to sort of figure them out.
It's American Idol.
Oh,
They don't
You
want
got
to
to
be
remind
joked
them
with.
Simon Cowell ain't here. You got to
That's right.
remind
They
them
don't want to
American
be
Idol.
joked with. So those you just, you do your thing. You don't joke with them. You let them, okay, now next. Okay. If it's someone new, you don't really know that's why I do this feeling out when they come up the first time.
yeah.
Tell us about yourself. Is this your first time doing it? So I sort of want to get a vibe on if they're humorous, giving me answers, or are they really serious. So then I can sort of maybe feel them out as far as, joking with them, or just let them do their thing and go sit down and
Oh, yeah.
Kevin, I have to say this. I have agreed with every single thing you said tonight, but that one right there.
Yes.
And here it is.
Why?
And here's why. Yeah, I'm still gonna
Why?
be me. I'm gonna be me.
I got your back, Kevin. I got your back. What?
Right, I'm gonna be me. If they come up and and I'm gonna start being fun with them, a little bit on the side, pick on them a little, throw a little humor, whatever it is that I'm doing that evening as a KJ. No, they're not gonna change. If they want to be serious, hey, you're at the wrong party, dummy. You might well take your ass on because we're gonna have fun tonight. You're gonna be serious. This is an American Idol, and I'll tell them just like that. I have done that during the show. Said, hey, we're all here to loosen up, and have fun. This is an American Idol. Sing.
yeah.
Let's
Well,
sing.
like I said, I have some that I practice this at home. Well, once you hear that, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh Jesus.
they don't want to.
I
They're
got
not.
one of those guys.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, all right. I sort of got where I know you're going to and where you're coming from. So, you want a more professional karaoke.
Hey,
Or, this is the closest thing you're going to be to being on a stage performing.
I would like to ask Eric. I have a karaoke group on Facebook that has several thousand followers. Starting next week, with your permission, I would love to put this link live on that page. Would you be okay with that?
Permission granted.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
And if any of you would like to join that page, it is called Karaoke Junkies. Karaoke Junkies. It's a fun little page.
IES,
Yes, sir.
or
Yes.
what? Yeah.
Yeah, karaoke, normal spelling, junkie, JUNKIES. But we have a great time there. I started that page about 8 years ago, and while we're talking about bad singers, gosh, I hope she doesn't see this episode. But we had a lady that came onto the page, and she sings just to have fun. And I'm telling you what, if she could just be a decent singer, it'd be an improvement. Actually, she could just be a horrible singer, it'd be an improvement. But but she loves doing it, and so she inspired me, man. When we had a few people that was being real rude to her on the page and putting her down, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna put you in charge of the page. So I made her one of the administrators. And one of the things now we promote on there a lot is, you know what? You don't have to like everybody singing. Karaoke was never meant for that. Karaoke was a stress relief. Get on there and sing your heart out. And she does. She has a great time doing it. Don't have a great time listening, but that's okay. I don't have to.
This goes along with patience, which we've
Yes.
talked about.
Sure, yeah.
Don't you hate this person? And I'm not trying to talk you out of being a KJ. If this is what you want to do, I wholeheartedly say go for it because there are rewards to it. There's a lot of fun being a KJ, just period. Just, but you're always going to get this person. Oh, can you start over? I screwed it up.
Yeah.
Oh, can you
The
stop?
mic wasn't on.
It's like, no, go keep going, go with the flow. I've got other singers, and it's just like, but you gotta have patience to kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, once in a while, yeah, I'll start it over,
Yeah, if it's a
because they,
slow night.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, you're always gonna get that person, and
Last night was an example of something that happens where the singer, when they sign up on the app, sometimes they'll and like on Songbooks Online, it has like the two-letter code like for the version. So like SC would be sound choice, and then it's
yeah,
got like a five or six digit number after that, you know, for the app. So it doesn't tell you what the disc number and the track number is or whatever. It's just a code, right? Sometimes they end up picking the wrong one, which happened last night. And so this guy picked the one that had the vocal track in the background with training wheels,
Right.
you know. And
He didn't like that.
well, no, I mean, because it's like it's like, well, am I singing with he did After 11, Engelbert Humperdinck. Am I doing a duet with Engelbert? And we just kind of had a little fun with that or whatever. And then so I went to and he's done the song before, but he had like three selections in his history, and I had to try to figure out which one's the right one. So you know, and so I finally did figure out that two of them were the ones with vocal tracks in the background or whatever. But it goes back to the whole patience thing. You know what I mean? So like you're like, oh crap, that came up the wrong one again or whatever. And you kind of try to joke your way through it
Right.
and go, you know, hey, let's try it again, and
Easy. It's
third
easy
time's
for
the
me.
charm.
It's easy for me. I'm too little. I can't see the
Is
screen.
there a way
Maybe too
for
high.
you to go in and then
So
change
I did
that?
find out which two were the ones with vocals, and I erased them from his history. So that
Oh,
never happens again.
I didn't know whether you could go in there and put that. What is that? Without WO
it's
background
usually W
or
slash O.
with
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
um either do W or WO.
Yeah, it didn't have any of that in
Okay.
the listing. So
Usually they're the ones that stand out as W slash B with vocals.
yep.
Those are the ones that you gotta just watch out for. Even when you're searching, if you do search.
Yeah, and you got to keep them
Unless
in
they're
there too.
request, some people do want the one with vocals, but
Exactly. You got to
unfortunately,
keep those selections in there because there are some people that want to sing with the singer.
years ago, I got rid of a lot of with vocals just because to me that defeats the purpose of
Right.
karaoke, you know?
Yep.
So, I mean, I got a few here and there now, but I gotten rid of a lot of them.
I will tell you, I don't know whether this will, that would be something that would help. I did have a gentleman who wanted to sing. It's like, well, pick out a song. Well, I guess I was surprised he cannot read.
Oh.
So basically, he can't do any lyrics, so he basically needs to sort of sing along. And it's like, oh, well, okay, that's a little bit of a problem here. So basically, he wanted to just sing along to an actual full blown,
MP3,
musical,
right?
yeah, musical
Right.
track,
Yeah.
But
which I let him do that. I just pulled it down so it wasn't so loud, so he could sort of overwhelm it.
That's
I
cool.
actually have sang behind people when they couldn't read. I've had a few times, Kevin, that's happened. And
Yeah.
I'd stand behind them and just not turn a mic on and stand a few feet behind them and just sing if I knew the song.
Yeah.
Stand a few feet behind them and just kind of sing for them. And they'd have the mic then, kind of like you're basically saying, they're still singing with somebody.
Yeah.
But I just wouldn't take the spotlight at all.
So I allowed him to do that. A couple times he's like, "Oh, I knew this one." I was like, "Yeah, okay, but someone requested this one, so I'd rather you not sing along to this one because I don't think they wanted that. They just wanted to hear the song." So I told him, it was like, he's like, "Oh, can I jump in this one?" Yeah, sure. So I let him do a few jump ins because at that point in time I wasn't having anybody wanting to sing. So if he wants to sing over top of, here or there song, that was fine. Um, so that's sort of,
Well,
I guess, patience, understanding. Try to
yeah,
work
Yeah,
around.
yeah,
we go out of our way for these singers, and that's great. That's what makes you a great KJ.
that's right. That's what we're here to do.
I've had some instances where I did not have the karaoke version for the song they want. I didn't have nothing for that,
Yeah.
but I do have the MP3. So I would say, do you know the words? Because I can use stems in my virtual DJ and cut the vocals out, and you just have at it and go nuts. So I've had people up there with their phone and the mic, and they'll reading the words on Google and singing. It's really them singing it,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, whatever works.
Yeah.
Whatever gets you through the night, like John Lennon once said, right?
Amen.
That's
Yeah,
really
I got one guy he'll drive uh he'll drive from the south of the city. He'll drive like 100 miles north to come up and see my show. And he doesn't like to sing to any karaoke backtracks at all. He wants to sing along with the actual song. So so he wants me to play the actual DJ version like of the song, and then he sings along with it because I found out that and he did a duet with a gal, and it was a straight up karaoke track. They did Picture, Kid Rock, Sheryl Crow. If he doesn't
Yeah.
have a backing track to sing along with, he is so off key. It's not even funny, you know. But he likes to do like Chris Young Tomorrow, In Color by Jamie Johnson, and Beautiful Crazy, stuff like that, whatever.
he's
And
a
so,
country boy.
yeah. And he's like, turn the music up loud and then make my mic loud too. And it'll make it sound like, you know, because he's got that voice, that he can match up with the voice that's actually singing the song. And he blows people's minds when he sings a song that way. But if he has to sing a song on his own with just a karaoke backing track and no backing vocals at all, he is so far off. It's not even.
Mm.
Yeah,
See,
it's
the
weird.
people in the audience though notice, they know, not because they can hear it, but let's just say you have a TV in the venue where everybody out there can see the words.
Mhm.
Now, if he's just doing an MP3 singing over it, they know there's no words
No
up
words.
on
Yeah,
right. So,
Yeah.
the people get it,
yeah, yeah.
and they may think that they're fooling the audience. However, I think the audience gets what's going on. But you
Mhm.
know what? Whatever makes this guy comfortable and keeps him coming back, that's your job. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that pleasing that guy puts big time money in my tip jar at the
Mm.
end of the night.
Hey
Oh,
Eric,
nice.
I
That guy
don't even.
tips huge.
I want to ask you a question. Where's everybody from in this show? I'm from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Now that's where I'm at. Where's everybody else in here from?
Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Nice. Kevin, where are you from, buddy?
It was funny when you mentioned the town. I used to go down that way quite a lot. Had family member lived in outside of Knoxville.
I'm actually in Sevierville, but I'd say Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, and we would go over there as part of our vacation because we were broke, and so our vacation was visit family down there and get away from. And Pigeon Forge was one of the places we go over to and look around. I am from north of Columbus, about an hour north of Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, nice. Very nice meeting you, by the way, tonight.
Oh.
Eric, and you're up in New York.
No,
No.
no, I was actually rang out of a bar rag. That's what no, no, I'm in Woburn, Mass. Right.
Yeah, he's
Correct.
Oh,
Yep.
originally from New Hampshire.
Correct. Well, no, actually,
He's
Oh,
originally
originally from Massachusetts,
from
moved
then he
up.
went to
Lowell,
New
Mass.
Hampshire, and then now he's
Right.
back.
our
And now I'm
female,
back.
Now,
our
how far, Chris? How far are you from Chattanooga? 'Cause I've been there.
200 miles. 200 miles.
Okay.
Our female host, Little Miss Smokey, she's from Worcester, Massachusetts.
Oh,
Worcester.
Worcester.
It's called
Worcester.
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 Okay.
Is it
It's Worcester, Mass. Yeah.
Worcester.
Worcester.
Yeah.
It's spelled. It doesn't look like the way it's spelled that it should be. The way
Yeah.
they say
Yeah.
I
Yeah, they
actually-
pronounce it Worcester. Yeah.
Is that
Worcester.
close to you, sir?
To me, yes. It's probably 40 minutes or so.
I thought it was
right
Nice.
around there. Yeah.
Man,
that was Worcester.
well, if once I polish her up
Worcester,
and turn her into
yeah.
a decent host, get a few of her skills all polished up, would you like me to send her over and sit in live on a show with us one time?
That would be great. Yes.
That'd be fun,
But
wouldn't it?
is she into karaoke or I
She's
mean
not
I
into.
don't want to.
Well, we'll turn her into a karaoke. You know what I'm saying? We make every. That's always that first time, right?
Well,
Singing and
unfortunately,
hosting.
sometimes, yeah, for some of us. Listen, we hope you enjoyed our show. Bill Davis, I hope we answered your question. I want to thank DJEventPlanner.com for being one of our sponsors here. I want to thank Christopher Guyre for joining us.
Thank
Kevin,
you.
thank you for your brilliant answers tonight. You
Yeah.
were fantastic tonight. Thank you, Kevin. Give Kevin a round
He
of
was. He
applause.
was.
No,
I'll agree with that.
I swear it sounded like he knew what we were going to talk
We're
about, and
not
nobody knew.
worthy.
No,
Well, you know why I know so much is because I
Why?
graduated from the Ohio State University.
Oh, here
There
we
you
go. Here we go.
Matt,
We're not worthy.
Matt, my co-host. I love you, brother. Always, thank
Hey.
you. And until next week, we'll see you then. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll have another great show